Is Stephon Gilmore coming back to lockdown receivers for America's team? Could a former Super Bowl champion be the answer to our offensive line woes? And is there a hidden gem on our roster ready to step up and become a star? Cowboys Nation, buckle up. We're diving into the hottest rumors swirling around Dallas. And trust me, you won't want to miss this. From potential game-changing signings to surprising roster moves, we're breaking it all down right now. So hit that play button, because the future of the Dallas Cowboys might just be shaped by what we're about to discuss. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into some hot rumors swirling around America's team. We've got potential moves that could reshape our secondary, bolster our offensive line, and maybe even uncover a diamond in the rough. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the latest on Stephon Gilmore, Donovan Smith, and the intriguing possibility of Asim stepping up to right tackle. Stephon Gilmore, the return of the shutdown corner? Let's kick things off with a name that should excite every Cowboys fan out there, Stephon Gilmore. Now, if you've been following the team, you know Gilmore was a crucial piece of our defense last season. The veteran cornerback came in and immediately elevated our secondary, bringing that lockdown ability and veteran savvy that we desperately needed. The big question on everyone's mind, will the Cowboys bring him back for another round? Here's what we know so far. Last season, Gilmore recorded 68 tackles, 13 passes defended, and 2 interceptions. But stats don't tell the whole story. His presence allowed defensive coordinator Dan Quinn to get creative with his schemes, knowing he had a reliable blanket on one side of the field. At 33 years old, some might worry about Gilmore's longevity. But let's be real, the man hasn't shown any significant signs of slowing down. In fact, his experience seems to be making him craftier than ever. Reports suggest that both sides are interested in a reunion. The Cowboys know what they're getting with Gilmore, and he seems to have enjoyed his time in Dallas. The question is, can they find a number that works for both parties? Don't think for a second that Dallas is the only team eyeing Gilmore. Several contenders would love to add a former Defensive Player of the Year to their secondary. This could drive up his price tag. Cap space considerations. The Cowboys aren't exactly swimming in cap space. Bringing back Gilmore would likely require some creative accounting or potentially letting go of other players. Personally, I think re-signing Gilmore should be a top priority. The continuity he brings to the secondary is invaluable, especially with young talents like Trayvon Diggs coming back from injury. If we can get him on a 2-year deal with some clever structuring, it could be a win-win for everyone involved. Donovan Smith, offensive line upgrade? Now let's shift our focus to the offensive side of the ball. The name Donovan Smith has been popping up in Cowboys rumors, and it's got a lot of fans intrigued. For those who might not be familiar, Smith is a veteran left tackle who spent most of his career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, including protecting Tom Brady during their Super Bowl run. So, what's the deal with Smith and the Cowboys? Let's break it down. Smith has been a starter in this league since 2015. That's nearly a decade of experience going up against some of the best pass rushers in the game. For a team looking to protect Dak Prescott, that kind of seasoning is invaluable. While primarily a left tackle, Smith has shown the ability to play on the right side as well. This versatility could be key for a Cowboys line that's seen its fair share of shuffling in recent years. Smith's last season with the Buccaneers wasn't his best, dealing with injuries and inconsistency. This could actually work in the Cowboys' favor in terms of contract negotiations. New offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer is likely to implement some changes to the offense. Smith's experience in different systems could help ease that transition. Given his recent struggles, Smith might be available at a more team-friendly price than in previous years. This could allow the Cowboys to add a potential starter without breaking the bank. Signing Donovan Smith could be a savvy move for the Cowboys. While he may not be the dominant force he once was, his experience and versatility would add depth to our offensive line. If we can get him on a prove-it deal, it could be low risk, high reward. Plus, competition brings out the best in players. Having Smith push our younger linemen could elevate the entire unit. Asim Richards, the right tackle of the future. Now, here's where things get really interesting. There's been some buzz about second-year player Asim Richards potentially taking over the right tackle position. This would be a significant leap for the young lineman. So let's dive into what we know. Richards was a 5th-round pick in the 2023 draft out of North Carolina. While not a high-profile selection, the Cowboys clearly saw something they liked. Richards didn't see much playing time in his rookie year, which isn't uncommon for late-round offensive linemen. However, reports from practice suggested he was making steady progress. At 6'4" and 307 pounds, Richards has the size to play tackle in the NFL. His college tape showed good athleticism and footwork, key traits for a right tackle. The fact that this rumor is even circulating suggests that the coaching staff sees potential in Richards. They wouldn't float the idea of him starting if they didn't believe he could handle it. Having a late-round pick step into a starting role would be a massive win for the Cowboys financially. It would allow them to allocate resources to other positions of need. Potential downsides and risks. Of course, no potential move comes without risks. Here are a few things to consider. Gilmore's age, while he's still playing at a high level, Father Time is undefeated. There's always the risk of a sudden decline. Smith's inconsistency. If his 2023 struggles weren't just a blip, the Cowboys could end up overpaying for underwhelming performance. Richards' inexperience, throwing a young, unproven player into a starting role, could backfire if he's not ready. Opportunity cost. Focusing on these moves might mean missing out on other free agents or draft strategies. All right, Cowboys Nation, we've covered a lot of ground today. From the potential return of Stephon Gilmore to the intriguing possibility of Asim Richards stepping up at right tackle with the wild card of Donovan Smith mixed in, the Cowboys have some fascinating decisions ahead. Here's my final take. I believe re-signing Gilmore should be the top priority. His impact on the defense is just too valuable to let walk. Bringing in Smith on a prove-it deal could be a smart, low-risk move to bolster the offensive line. As for Richards, I'm excited about his potential, but I'd like to see him compete for the job rather than have it handed to him. What do you think, Cowboys fans? Are you on board with these potential moves? Who else should the Cowboys be targeting in free agency or the draft? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Cowboys content.